Hello everyone, myself Sana Byari, roll number 654, RJ College, TY BSc Zoology. I'll be talking about cell signaling, which is a part of cancer biology. Let us talk about cell signaling and their receptors. Signal transduction is a mechanism in which the ligand binds to a membrane receptor. This in turn stimulates the intracellular response within a cell. Signal transduction through membrane receptors requires four parts. First one is extracellular signaling molecule. Extracellular signaling molecule is produced by one cell and is at least capable of traveling to neighboring cells. Second one is receptor protein. Cells must have cell surface receptor proteins which bind to the signaling molecule and communicate inward into the cell. Third is the intracellular signaling molecule. These pass the signal to the organelles of the cell. Binding of the signal molecules to the receptor protein will activate intracellular signaling proteins that initiate a signaling cascade. Fourth is target proteins. The conformations or other properties of the target proteins are altered when a signaling pathway is active and changes the behavior of the cell. There are three types of surface cell receptors. First one is the ion channel linked receptors. Second is the G protein linked receptors. And third is the enzyme linked receptor. Now let us see the first type of surface cell receptor, which is the ion channel linked receptor. These receptors have ion channels for anions and cations. They are also called ligand-gated ion channels. To form a channel, this type of cell surface receptor has an extensive membrane spanning region. They participate in rapid signaling events. In order to interact with the phospholipid fatty acid tails that forms the center of the plasma membrane, many of the amino acids in the membrane spanning region are hydrophobic in nature. Conversely, the amino acids that line the inside of the channel are hydrophilic to allow for the passage of water or ions. The second type is G protein linked receptors. G protein linked receptors have been extensively studied for their role in maintaining health. Bacteria that are pathogenic to humans can release poisons that interrupt specific G protein linked receptor function, leading to illness such as pertussis and cholera. Mechanism. The G protein is a trimeric protein with three subunits designated as alpha, beta and gamma. The G protein is linked to the receptors. These receptors bind to a ligand. The ligand receptor complex activates the G protein. The alpha subunit releases bound guanosine diphosphate. In turn, the guanosine triphosphate is added, thus activating the alpha subunit. The alpha subunit then dissociates from the beta and gamma subunit. The activated alpha subunit can further affect intracellular signaling proteins or target functional proteins directly. Hydrolysis of GTP to GDP terminates the signal. Now the third type is enzyme linked receptor. Enzyme linked receptors are cell surface receptors. The intracellular domains are associated with an enzyme. In some cases, the intracellular domain of the receptor itself is an enzyme. These are typically single-pass transmembrane receptors. The majority of enzyme-linked receptors are associated with protein kinases. There are 6 known types of enzyme-linked receptors. Receptor tyrosine kinases associated receptors, receptor like tyrosine phosphatase, receptor serine, receptor guanylyl cyclase and histidine kinase associated receptors. When a ligand binds to the extracellular domain, a signal is transferred through the membrane activating the enzyme. Activation of the enzyme sets off a chain of events within the cell that eventually leads to a response. Most of these receptors will dimerize after binding with the ligands. It then undergoes phosphorylation of tyrosine residues in the enzyme portion of each receptor molecule. This will activate the tyrosine kinase and catalyze further intracellular reaction. So here the topic of cell signaling ends. Thank you so much.